Hey guys, Chris from Chris's house here. Look what we have today. Arrma Vorteks. And the Traxxas Rustler 4x4, new from Mattel. It's from Traxxas, just, come on, 80s commercials. One thing I'll say, just a little comparison, the weight of the Vortex, like this, I don't have a scale here somewhere, but man, this thing is a heavy boy. Like, it's gotta do some Pilates, or Pilates? How do you say it? I don't know. Jogging? Let's start with the body. So, Traxxas uses this pretty ingenious system here with the little, turn this a little bit here and pops off. Pretty cool. You know, it's got this the internal roll kind of cage protection, all right? So it makes the body really durable. It's got these skids on top, so if you do this upside down, okay, it's gonna take it. Very, very nice. There is a downside though, let me get to it. And then we got the Vortex, okay, Hanso. This is good. So I use a standard body post, okay, with these little clips, and this is good. And no, I won't make the reference to when I was a kid, when my mittens were on these, so I wouldn't lose them, like your mittens were on a string. I won't make that reference again. So, there is one bonus to this system. If you want to change bodies, it's actually a little more straightforward. Now, these body posts are pretty short, so we might have to lift these up a little bit, but you can actually go to more of a universal body. The Traxxas, yes, I'm sure you can put some regular body mounts on, but if you want to change bodies, you're a little bit more locked into the style. However, both bodies are pretty durable. We don't replace too many Arma bodies, but I will give, now graphics-wise, these bodies are both sick. Like, the color shifts are great, but I'm gonna give it to Arma, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna give it to Arma. We got metallic in the purple and in the silver, and then the rest of the colors are just standard gloss colors, okay? I really like that contrast of metallic versus non-metallic, but I gotta tell you, that Traxxas body's hot too. So let's get rid of the bodies. Skids. Nothing more than liking a nice skid, you know? So when we're looking at the guts of the truck, oh, you know what? Let's talk about wheels and tires first real quick. Now, squishy soft. This is more like, I would say, a medium compound. I know. There's a lot of different things. You have the durometer, like the gauge of like the rubber, like how tacky it is, which we don't have a pick to do that stuff. Maybe we should get one. But your foam inside feels like a more of a medium dense, where these guys are like more of like a medium heavy dense. Like the tire is definitely firmer, which that's cool. I think that's going to work well, especially with 3S. Now, this is a new guy on the block, but we don't get too many guys come back with issues with Rustler 4x4 wheels. These seem to hold up really well. Same with Slash 4x4s, you know, but then some other vehicles, you know, yeah, like Revos, UDRs, you know, a lot of Arma like Sentins. We go through a lot of wheels on those, wheels and tires on those. So as far as rim design goes, you know, we got the blinged out, the black chrome, the blurome. I don't know. And then we got this like earth tone, I don't know, anthracite, gray, charcoal. They always have some stupid name for it, but you know, it's like kind of got a metallic-y finish. Cool. This is 1972, okay guys? Come on, you get your Krager SS's there on your friggin' Cutlass, go out and give her, son. Actually, I like that stuff, okay? So, you know, gotta let her dangle, you know, stop, spin tires on pavement, okay? So, this guy here is a little bit more, and I like the rim design a little bit more on these, but I like more of the muted tone than the bright shiny, okay? So, let's move on. Both vehicles are, like, when we're talking about dimension-wise, like if we put these on top of each other, you're very similar, okay? So, when we're talking about when we're talking about your length of your vehicle, these are head-to-head pretty much, okay? These things are all, but when we talk about width, we're about a solid half, 3/4 of an inch wider. Now, you could accomplish a wider width on any vehicle with just changing the wheels. And I believe, like, if we had stub axle to stub axle, it's actually very, very close. But the Arma's a little wider. And the advantage with a wider vehicle is it's going to usually handle a little bit better. Now, the Rustler 4x4 is a real confusing vehicle a couple years ago. So when these first came out, I was like, who the hell?
What the hell?
Wants a Rustler 4x4? No one asked for it. I didn't ask for it, and I didn't carry them for like 6 months. I was like, who cares? Whatever. Yawn. It's a vehicle. It's another Stampede 4x4 low CG. Wrong. driving this, very, very fun. It's very planted, okay? And I don't have a lot of wheel. These are brand spanking new. It's like, oh, let's go out and play with one. Well, you know what, Arma, I don't know, frickin' send me one for free. I mean, it's not like we buy, 200 cars off you a year or anything like that. Put like an asterisk, like 3 million cars. That'd be sick. We do love both of you guys, okay? It's all good. So, as far as electronics go, let's move on to electronics real quick here, okay, guys? So, Traxxas, so you remember the wheels? I said like 1972 Kragers, okay? So this is 1971 here with the electronics, okay? So this is good. I actually, I remember doing math with an abacus when this came out. Still not very good at it, so I'm just gonna blame Traxxas for that, okay? These motors are actually really solid, okay? They're the Valenian 3500. If Castle made that motor, it would say max 200,000 RPM. I love how they always have to put max 100,000 RPM. Great. What are you putting on it? 10 cell? Anyways, who cares? Really good durable motors. They have this sealed end bell, which is really good. We like that. It's just a sticker that actually seals it, but that does work. These speed controls, yeah, they're duty, okay? They're duty. They blow up. They nuke all the time. They're epoxy filled. It's very, very solid. It's well built. But when the going get tough, they burn up, okay? Now, I know some of you guys out there in internet land are like, oh, I've had mine for 6 years. Well, great. There is a lot of them that can last, but we see a ton of them come back. Mind you, the little caveat to all this is electronics have become a lot more inexpensive over the years. Like, you can get speed controls, Canadian dollars, like 60 to 100 bucks roughly, okay? Maybe a little bit more if you want something a little fancier, but 5-10 years ago, they were a fortune, okay? I remember when brushed speed controls came out, you had to pay extra to get reverse. 1972. So, as far as receiver boxes, Traxxas takes the win. Receiver box is a real important thing. Keeps all your electronics waterproof. Your receiver waterproof, and that's tucked in there well. And the wire routing is always very, very good on these. Servos are basic, but they're actually fairly reliable. I know they're plastic gear, but they actually work. If you keep these things dry, they last a long time. The water is what really kills these, okay? And I'm not going to be like your old man and telling you not to do stuff, but if you keep them dry, they'll last a long time. Put them in the water, these things get junked up hard, okay? So the Vortex uses their new Arrma Smart ESC with the standard Spectrum motor that they've been putting in these for a while, with a Spectrum 23 tooth spline servo, which is a real bonehead move. Just put 25. In fact, do your customers a little better and give them a 25. I know it's a technical thing, guys, and newbies watching this won't understand, but when you replace servos, you have to buy a bunch of like little adapters, and it's just annoying. If any of you remember buying Tamiya cars back in the day, it always come with a little, so when you have a servo, there's a little mount where everything goes on, and old school cars, they come with all 3 of them. These guys don't do that. Traxxas still uses a 25 tooth, which is good. What 25 tooth on servo means is you can find replacements a little bit easier. It's a moot thing, but whatever. As far as speed control durability, these have been excellent. They haven't been out for a long time. They're heavy duty. They work. Motors, heavy duty. They work. The old BLX 100s, we'll do another comparison video shortly. They were a little, they were Aladdin, okay? They were okay, but they got a little toasty. Okay, they got a little toasty, okay? Lots of throwback references today. I'm getting old. It's good. And now, here's another thing too. And the servos in both these, like I said, they're okay. They're not gonna blow anyone's skirt up or whatever. One big factor that a lot of newer guys possibly don't pay attention to is the fact of, hey, what are these like to... Thanks, Proline. Today's pit stand brought to you by Proline Racing. Thanks, guys. We love your tires. They're great. So, when you're working on these vehicles, I know which one I want to work on. And it might surprise you. It's actually the Traxxas. It's simple. It's easy. They use metal diffs. I like metal diffs. These guys use plastic diffs. How many plastic diffs do we see blown up versus how many we sell of these versus these? I think drivetrain workability, drivability, I think it's a little bit better with the Traxxas, only slightly, and I'll get back to that, okay? But working on these vehicles, they're actually both great. Now, you guys know I love the Red Cat Caldera, okay? Cut me, and some little Caldera parts will be popping out, okay? The BS 903, whatever the hell those metal knuckles are, because we saw a million of them, okay? And the spur gears, they make them in metal? No, I don't make them in metal. When we're talking about working on these vehicles, I'll take the Traxxas, a little more well thought out, and that's Traxxas's real hallmark. Arma's came a long way. Once you understand how to work on these, maybe we'll do some tech tip videos on this in the coming little bit. We'll show you some tricks. Once you figure out the tricks, we really like the Arma, but you know, we do get the odd issue, and I just find it's a little easier with Traxxas, okay? So, as far as suspension goes, they both suck, okay? They're both awful. It's smoother, plusher Traxxas. Heavier duty, yes, Arma, but now these are second generation or third generation shocks, whatever the hell they are. They don't leak as much. You're going to want to replace those with some aluminum upgrades. We've got some, you can get some hot racing shocks. But here's the trick. When you want to upgrade these, you have to buy pretty much premium. Buy the Pro line. In fact, I'd buy Pro line for either. I know they're expensive, but they're worth it. If you're bashing, maybe not. But this vehicle weighs more, and they have like 105 and 120 millimeter shock lengths. So a lot of guys are like, oh, I got some old shocks off a Slash 4x4 that'll fit on. No, wrong. Okay, you have to use, shame on you, you have to use somewhat correct lengths on this. That brings us to upgradability. What would we like better? They have a lot of really good stuff for these, which is good. RPM's got some stuff, hot racing, Traxxas still wins. I don't think for too much longer though. It's funny how these guys, Arma, has really figured it out. It's very unique. I like it. Not all brands get there. You know, we love Red Cat. We're selling less Red Cat. They don't have as much upgradability on some of their stuff through, you know, hot racing, into G, you know, and that's another thing, but we still love them. It's fine. Both vehicles come with ball bearings. Both come with telescoping plastic shafts. Telescoping means the shaft goes in and out. It's not just a fixed length. There is advantages. It fits in more vehicles. It's easier to replace. Overall durability is really good. All ball bearings everywhere in these. Ball bearings are usually better in the Traxxas. I know it's like small stuff, okay, but whatever. Here's another big thing. Here's a big win for Arma. Hey, yeah, I got a 9,000 milliamp hour 3-cell hard case, and I want to put it in my Traxxas. You're going to be praying to the battery gods to get that out, okay? Because now Traxxas uses this ingenious little flip cover, so you can kind of flip. Well, this one doesn't work that way, but you can buy different hold downs for different thicknesses of batteries, where this will hold longer batteries. So you can fit a 5,000 milliamp hour 3-cell hard case, but this guy uses Velcro straps. And the nice thing, oh man, my shoes growing up. Hold on. Yeah, no, I don't have them anymore. So actually the battery straps are a little shorter on this guy here, okay? So, but at the same time, you can always put longer straps and you could run a big battery. I don't recommend going too much past a 5,000 milliamp hour 3-cell hard case, for example. We've got these. Now it's a 2-cell, of course, but you know, the big 3-cell hard cases get pretty big, and once you start getting past that, I think you're gonna have some weight biasing issues, you know, because the motors are pretty chunky in this. Oh, and I forgot to say, it has a fan on the speaker on the heatsink of the motor. These guys don't. It's really a non-issue though, because they don't really overheat too much. Okay, this guy may be a little bit more. It's heavier. So the problem with this setup. Oh, I have a battery that's slightly too big or slightly too... No, it sucks. Like, it's such a bonehead thing, and I understand why Traxxas does it, and they want to sell their batteries, and it is very secure. It's very secure. It's a good system, but the UDR, the X-Max, get away from the proprietary battery mounting, or just simply give customers what they want, which, on the box, you don't force them to buy a bunch of soft case batteries, because that is not good. We want hard case batteries, and let them put what they want in, and go to your local shop, you know. So anyways, that's okay. And even connectors too, like just going back to electronics real quick, we have these Traxxas connectors, EC5s. We can't buy Traxxas connectors aftermarket, but we can with these. But we buy the OEM ones, so we can, and this has smart technology. I'm not gonna get into that. We're not fully there yet. That'll be something for a later video. But the EC5 is a great connector, really solid, okay? So anyways, and I also like the separate on-off button, whatever. Okay, as far as things like shock towers, turnbuckles, these are beef tech, okay? Just, who are you, okay? Love it. Come with me now if you want to live. Just deadly. Loving it, okay? And then we got these little, what's that? It's so cute. Oh, coochie cute. I got kids, so I say like a bunch of cheesy crap all the time. You know, it's good. Stay there. What do you want? You want a banana? I don't know if any of you guys have a 2-year-old. it's exhausting. I love you, Teddy. Okay, so but here's the thing though, these turnbuckles adjust really well, they're built really well, and they don't really break too often. Knuckles, hubs, carriers, suspension arms, they're both good. These are two excellent vehicles at a very, very good time. Pricing, you're gonna pay more for the Traxxas. I don't know what has better value. I like both trucks. It's really up to you to pick. I mean, I like the electronics a little better in this. I like the wheels and tires. But I like the workability of these. I like that you could do a little bit more to them aftermarket. Don't like the battery thing. Really tricky. But in terms of modern trucks too, like, I mean, the Rustler's been out for a while. Now, is that someone's like, oh, it's old? No. I love Traxxas because they do make the same thing for 20 years. I used to view that as a negative. As a shop owner, I don't anymore because, hey, I can carry one part for 20 years. Awesome! It's good. And it actually is good for you too, because if you need a part, you can go in somewhere and chances are we can cobble something up. It's nice. That works good that way. Arma, we're having some problems with some parts, just with what's going on right now, but things are getting a lot better. So, what would I pick? I don't know. I pick whatever's in my hand. Driven lots of these and I really like them. Haven't had a lot of time with the Vortex, but I've had a lot of time with the Arrma 3S vehicles. And, I mean, the Volcano EPX Pro, that's also... Oh, sorry, I just... So, that's it. I'll tell you a story about a Volcano EPX. Actually, I'm going to tell you the story now. Vova, my buddy and my cameraman here helping us out today. So, for Christmas, because we love Jesus Christ here in Canada, okay? I got him a Volcano EPX Pro. EPX Pro. They should call it the Bro. The guy sends me these videos, and he's trying to laugh right now, just sending it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, what are you doing with this car? 2 weeks later, he's like, oh, I don't think I like this. And he's like, had like a hard time, because it's like, I gave it to him, right? He works hard, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna give him a truck, and hook him up with some stuff for Christmas bonus, right? So, the guy has like a hard time, and he ends up buying a friggin' Arrma 3S roller, and we have these too. You know, he buys the 3S roller because I took out the electronics, helped out some guys with some warranty stuff, whatever, and put all this stuff in there, and he loves it. And it's like, yeah. But, you know, back to the Volcano EPX Pro, it's a good truck on 2LS, not, you know, frickin' whistling dieseling it off a freaking hill. He showed me, like, this thing was going to the moon.
Put it here.
Yeah, you gotta put, just BOW! I'm like, what are you? I love it. You know what? And I'll just cover one other thing too. Try to keep these things dry, okay? That's just my one, like, end off. These vehicles are great. They're durable. They're built well. I like both of these. Sometimes I'm like a clear, you know, go to this or go to this. They're both fun. They both got wheelie bars. They got sick bodies that come in lots of colors. Thank you, Arma, for coming out with a few, like this purple with the pink. Even the green one. Deadly. Love it. So, if you guys got questions, let us know. And look at a big wing, small wing. I think it's like off the Mini Revo. I don't know. Okay, guys, that's it from Chris' house. If you like our videos, feel free to subscribe, thumbs up it. Gotta feed the Google machine. Feed him. Feed him. Okay? And subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, too. Do everything we're telling you. It's extremely important. I don't know. Bye, guys!